when we went to Cribbins, it was the best time ever. Even though I never catch the fish, I still know that Grandpa's trust me to catch the fish.
All right.
You give me candy?
My favorite grandpa story, dad story, is when you found out you were going to be a grandpa for the first time. And you said, "Oh, cool."
When he was born, he was so yellow, he looked like he was from China. And my dad was so proud he threw cigars out the car windows and leaned on the horn. My quiet dad.
Okay, wait, I gotta get the food out of my teeth. Okay, Uncle Rick, my favorite memory of you, one of my favorites, there's so many, you gotta remember, I lived with you for a while, so like I know the deep dark secrets. But anyway, one of my favorite memories, and to this day, once in a while you'll throw it at me. When I did live with you, I used to come in and I would go up the stairs, try to be real super quiet, and you could hear my ankles click, click, they would crack, and literally you called me Click It. So that was my nickname from you, from way back when I was Click It. Anyway, love you so much. Happy birthday.
I guess anytime that we were up in Cribbins and playing cards with him, and it was always Tiki Tiki Rick. So that's, I don't remember.
Years ago, Greg Ratkowski, myself, and Rick Krieger went fishing after work one night. And we finished fishing, hit the bar for a while, came out of the bar, went to the cars, and Rick wanted to show me his new rod. And so he picked it up and the tip snapped off right in his hand. And he says, "The guy in the store just picked it up like that." And I said, "Rick, in the store the rod didn't have a reel on it." And gone, the rod was gone.
Can you say bye? Hunter, can you say bye?
Hunter, say bye.
Hunter, say bye.
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 Say bye. Say bye. Give Papa kisses.
Say suck.
Memories I have of you, Rick, is how Mom just loved you. You were always right and Diane was wrong.
Oh! We have great memories. We remember Lake Como with all our little kiddos and going fishing and having fun at the cabin. Happy 60th.
Yeah, that one time Rick got me a job at Belarus Tractor. I lasted for about 3 months there. Don't all speak at once.
I have to say, going up to the cabin and fishing, or... The Russians, and you get to after the Russians, that's fun. I don't think I yeah, some fun.
Perfect.
Alright, I would have to say it was our houseboat trip. Had a great week, but the best part of that was watching you go down the water slide. Cheers, buddy. Happy birthday.
One of my favorite memories of Rick is when they cut the tree down on School Way to hit the house. Way to go, Rick. Proud of you. Love you. But a really nice memory I have of Rick is when we were up in Door County together, and Rick and I went for a walk on Lake Michigan together, Rick and I and some of his kids, and there was a snowy owl perched in a tree. And we got closer to it, really close to it, and then it took off and it flew and it was beautiful. That was a fun memory with Rick. Thanks.
Is this on?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. My favorite thing about Rick, take 37. Okay, first of all, there's the helmet dump. There is the canoe. There is too many things to talk about. We've known each other for a while. The most important thing is that you were not around for my roast, and I thank you for that. Happy birthday.
Favorite memory, Rick, was we were drinking. Yeah, I don't remember.
Go ahead, tell him.
I remember Ricky as a little boy, 5 years old, when he used to dance with David, and we enjoyed them very much.
Action.
Hi, remember when we were kids? This is what you did to me? My favorite memory is when you ran down the street saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I said, "I forgive you, I forgive you."
Wait, how did you wow me? You wowed me from hello. 40 years, there's been a lot of memories. Met at Super Burger. That was a wow, a lot of fun things, a lot of fun dating, going to Maui, take my mom and dad to Vegas and to Niagara Falls. It's been wonderful. things you've done for me, friends we've had. I love you. And another 60 years. Here we go, 120. I'll do this again for you, okay? At 120, I will do this again, I promise. Love you.
Rick who?
Memory of Rick? Well, that was last night when he walked out of my bar saying, see you tomorrow, happy 60th!
Yep. Two-part, Crivets. When Rick was trying to explain to me about his new 8-foot vertical heaters, he just thought that was the funniest thing. And then that same night, we're playing cards, and I thought, I'm enjoying this guy. He's partying and stuff. And then I realized this son of a bitch wasn't even drinking. So that's how goofy he is. So, happy 60th. Love you, Rick.
One of my favorite memories about you, Dad, is when we were up at re-roofing the cabin and it started to rain. The roof wasn't done and it started raining inside the cabin. So your idea to fix this problem was take a drill bit, and drill into the ceiling to relieve some pressure so we would have downspouts in the house so we could put buckets down. And one of the last buckets you grabbed was a colander. So you looked, and that's when you finally laughed because you were serious up until then. So,
Colander? Seriously? Jesus, Rick.
Yes, I can't stop with one memory of you, Dad. The biggest and most important thing is that you taught me how to be a dad. I can only dream that I am someday as good of a dad as you. So thank you.
Remember that time?
I remember when we were coming back from the cabin
that time?
in the Geo, and something went wrong with the Geo. We were on the freeway and we couldn't go over 40 miles an hour. So a 3-hour drive that we decided to leave in the morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning took 5 or 6 hours. So I was thankful for you, Dad, for having me be late to school, and I appreciate it. It was a good memory for me.
Don't ever put your ear down because Rick
My
will
best
take it.
memory of Rick is Diane.
Rick and Diane came to my wedding with some pussy. Couldn't believe it. It was a little bottle of some pussy. It's still up on a bar in my bar. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy 60th birthday, Rick.
No fart.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
My favorite memory. I've only got one. It was a trip to Crivets, and we were stopped at a bar, watched the Packer game, and we played the quarter machine with the little pusher that pushed the extra quarters off, and he giggled like a little girl. It was so funny. We're having so much fun. And we had the whole bar, I think, kind of laughing at us. So that'd be the best one I got so far, and I hope there's many more.
Hi, Dad. I was supposed to tell you about one of the memories that I have of you. Well, it's fortunate that we're in your bathroom because it is hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! One of the fondest memories of my childhood going, what's wrong with Dad? Go back to bed, he's fine.
My favorite memory about you, Dad, is your 40th surprise birthday party roast. It's one reason why when I turned 30, I had my roast. So it was a fun time for me. I was 14 years old and very impressionable at the time. I figured out you were a goof then. So, happy birthday.
Best memory of your dad, Rick, was seeing Rick and Diane walking down the aisle when they were married. He was adorable.
The dog walking down the aisle too. I just hi, Rick. It was a fun party. But the best memory I had of you was when you were the Santa Claus at our Christmas party. Oh yeah. And I will never ever forget your wedding day in our basement reception. It was wonderful the day after 4th of July. Love you.
Hi, Rick. I want to wish you a happy birthday. I don't have a story per se. Thank you for being one of my best brother-in-laws, along with a couple others. And believe me, being 60 is not all that bad, except I don't remember that far back. Have a good one. I love you.
Thank you, Grandma. Grandpa, for letting me and Savannah always sleep over. Wait, thank you for taking me to Crivet Sand fishing with me.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
Dad, you and your shortcuts.
Grandpa, I like him. No, actually, Jake. I like him going to Crivet, going with a boat ride to go fishing. Him always being there for me when I need him. Fishing with him in Crivet.
Go.
The memory I have the best is when I was 13 years old and I came to live this summer with Grandma and Grandpa, and I stayed in Kathy and Lois's room, and you and Dave hung out with me and took me around all over the place in Greendale.
You were the first person to ever ask me to do anything at St. Luke's, and you asked me to join the usher team. Well, you're no longer there, but I'm still there, and I'm doing so much more at St. Luke's, so thank you for asking me to join.
My greatest memory is the first time I ever saw him mad. And it's really kind of weird because it is. It's not ever going to see him mad.
That's good enough. No, it's still going. Oh my goodness.
Oh, stop.
My greatest Rick memory is when he offered to walk me down the aisle because my dad couldn't.
Go. Greatest Rick memory.
Oh, video?
Greatest Rick memory.
I got nothing.
Come on, greatest Rick memory.
My favorite is when we went over and smoked cigars out on the pontoon boat and watched fireworks.
When you drove out to Oregon and we drove down to California and Redwoods and you got your van stuck in the redwood tree.
The Crivets.
You don't know how to play cribbage.
There you go, perfect.
Taking road trips wherever and not knowing where we'd end up. Always in the back of my mind the anticipation of possibly going to a drive-in movie theater, that sort of thing. That should be on here as well. Always being there for us, encouraging us in everything that we do. Thank you for coaching all of our teams. Again, something that you taught us that is instilled in me, and that's the reason why I'm coaching all my kids' stuff. Thank you again for bringing us up in a Christian-based home, teaching us how important church is, always sitting with Grandma and Grandpa at St. Luke's, and to this day I am still going to church, and thank God for that one. I love your big ideas, but the one thing I want to change, I also have those big ideas, is actually taking those ideas and doing something with them. Family parties were always a blast. They still are, as you could tell from your birthday party. Your involvement in the JCs, very cool, shows community service and having fun with friends at the same time. The Christmas traditions that you have brought forth and what we still do today, where you went down and played the music and made us sing and made us stay at the top of the stairs, that sort of thing, while you got things ready. And last but not least, always teaching us to dream big. And we're still doing that to this day. So thank you for so many great memories and many more to come. Love you, Pops.